this so you can see me. Right, I'm gonna have to... Oh, my desk is all full of wool now. Anyway, you are. Okay. Round 2 for chapter 1. Hey! I'm pretty proud of this. So proud. Alright. Get cozy. Chapter 1. Swoosh. Swiftly and yet without a sound, a red blur darted across the rooftops. Now mind you, this isn't a rare occurrence in the small town Sardinia, most well known for its trade with sardines and sometimes other fish like herring or lobster, but mostly sardines. It was the most normal thing in the world to see a red, brown, black, or any other color blur move across the rooftops. Aside from flying on the back of ravens, this was another convenient way for the catsards to move around the town. Running around on the roads was ridiculously stupid after all. In the case of this red blur, it was Annabel Ryland, a police officer who took her job extremely seriously and had something very crucial to attend to. Hence why she took the fast way across the roofs of the town. It should perhaps also be mentioned that when I say rooftops, I do not mean the regular flat or triangular-shaped rooftops we all know very well. The degree of how peculiar the roof was shaped depended greatly on the cat who built the house. The catsards liked to start off with building a single room in the middle of a property, and whenever they needed more space, they simply added a bedroom or whatever other room around it. How does that work for them? Well, you see, catsards aren't just any ordinary cats. They are magical cats, and as such, they use magic to build the houses, a skill that they are taught in school with varying degrees of success. Some only learn the theory and just do what's necessary to pass the class, and therefore magically make a house that would be tilted to one side or upside down. But normally, whenever a catsard wishes to build a house, they gather materials, which may be sticks, trees, grass, mushrooms, or bones left over from their meal, well washed of course. Catsards often remodel their rooms to fit their style as they get older. As a result, some houses wear a mishmash of pastels in an almost doll-like look, chaotic rainbow colors made of all sorts of shapes like triangles, circles, or zigzags. Some were in a dark Gothic look, had singing walls, in which case you would be unlucky as a neighbor. Others were incorporating entire trees in their builds, making the houses look like the fanciest tree houses with walls made of bookshelves kept dry only by the sheer power of magic. In the case of the latter option, one better hope that the rainproof spell doesn't wear off. The only rule they really had to follow when building their homes was that they couldn't go over the boundaries of the land they owned, and they had to make sure that every house to their immediate wait, now I lost my sentence. To the immediate left, right, front or back was within jumping distance. Some neighbors chose to solve this simply by creating a bridge between the houses, but only if they were on particularly good terms. Others simply had a tree, shed or large wall to jump on. As of right now, most of the houses were decorated with skulls, pumpkins and statues of monsters, ready for Halloween that night. I'm gonna make a drink. Annabel stopped on a fig tree branch in the garden belonging to a family of 3 catsards. Her eyes now only focused on the paintbrush-shaped chimney that she was now aiming for. Her claws grabbed onto the handhold sticking out of the bottom of a paintbrush stick, whose only purpose was to help cats across the roof, which was covered in colourful wavy roof tiles. Very carefully she climbed down and over to a window which resembled a painter's palette. The middle of it was a cat flap with a lock. Annabel drew out a tiny key out of the back pocket of her trousers and turned it in the lock. On soft paws and without making a single sound, she entered the room. To her right was a closet covered in paintings, some messier than others, but pretty nonetheless. Next to this was a large, ornate mirror with a few family photos taped to it. The desk to the left of Annabelle made her crunch her nose. Paint brushes, paint tubes, pencils, erasers, a ball of yarn, 3 glasses of water with varying degrees of cleanliness, some colourful patterned tapes, cases that presumably contained more art supplies, and a paint-splattered desk lamp with its light still on covered its whole area. With a small sigh, Annabelle switched the desk lamp off, then turned to the bed and rolled her eyes. A tall brown cat lay, or rather half hung, off the bed, tail swinging back and forth slowly as he snored. "Don't tell me you were up all night painting again," Annabelle said, shoving the cat back onto the mattress. My throat's starting to hurt a bit. The cat Zart sluggishly opened one eye. "Annabelle, morning," he mumbled and yawned into his pillow before closing his eye again. "You mean afternoon," she replied crossly. Without another word, she jumped into his bed, tickling his very fluffy stomach. "What do you mean?" he mumbled when she let him have a chance to speak. Annabelle sighed. "Theo, it's 3 in the afternoon. Every other cat would be up and about by now if it would have been their birthday." And with that, she tickled him again. "Do I look like every other cat?" the so-called Theo replied, giggling a little, which quickly turned into a lengthy yawn. "No, you look like someone who needs to fix their sleep schedule pretty quickly," Annabelle countered, dragging his blanket away from him. Theo, seemingly unbothered by this, rolled onto his side like a tired sloth. "I was merely taking a cat nap." Then his eyes narrowed whilst an idea was travelling to his brain. Once it arrived, he rolled back in an instant with a smile. "Do I still get birthday cuddles?" With a silly grin, he stretched out his paws towards his girlfriend. "First, you have to get dressed." Annabelle stretched her chin into the air, crossed her arms, and left him in his room. Another sip of water. "Were those the only clean clothes you have?" she asked him when she came back in, looking at his neon green shirt, paired with a blue tie, a black cloak over his shoulders, and top hat. A small embarrassed smile crossed Theo's face. "Perhaps," he said, purring quietly as he nuzzled Annabelle's neck. "The cloak and hat are from my dad," he said. "Oh, so you already unwrapped your presents?" Annabelle asked with a small giggle. "Indeed," Theo purred and pecked her cheek affectionately. "Has my girlfriend bought me a gift too?" He sneakily wrapped his arms around her. Annabelle looked at him with a smirk. "Only if his laziness doesn't go you back to bed," she replied facetiously, noticing that Theo was taking tiny steps backwards towards it. "Oh, but I wanted birthday cuddles." Theo looked at her with a pout. "You will get your gift if you stay out of bed for the rest of the day. By the way, who gave you this new watch?" Her eyes had stumbled upon the shiny red wristwatch with a black display. Her boyfriend rolled his eyes. "My grandpa. It's just an old thing. It's weird. Just doesn't want to work. There were no instructions with it either, so I'll have to experiment with it." This made Annabelle raise an eyebrow. "I suppose it'll take a long time until you figure that out with all the sleeping you're doing." Unfortunately, Theo didn't have anything to counter her argument, so he resorted to a different tactic. Tickling her. Sweet revenge. "I want to see what you got me this year," he said as he finally managed to get her to fall into the bed with him for tickles and cuddles. "Well, it is something very special," Annabelle replied, giggling even more than he had when she tickled him earlier. No hiccups. With a teasing look, she continued, "But for this, you have to go outside with me." Theo's ears immediately perked up. Oh, you planned something amazing then, he grinned at her. Heh. Yeah, I did. Annabelle gave him a small nose kiss before pulling away from him. Doesn't happen every day that someone becomes a grown-up after all. Now that's empty too. Great. I'll get more later, maybe. Although I think I'll finish it after. Anyway, let's continue. Is it something exciting? Is there maybe, I don't know, food involved? Tia asked, jumping onto another roof and looking around as if Annabelle had hidden clues for him to find. My mouth is sealed, Annabelle grinned. We're going to have a lot of fun. Not even a tiny little hint. Tia looked her into the eyes, trying to find a hint inside of them, but without any luck, and so he followed her to the outskirts of town, where they entered an autumn forest. The forest this time? How daring, considering it's supposed to be full of dangerous vampires and other creatures that won't be so kind if they spot us, especially on a day like this, Tia thought, studying the red and yellow depths of the woods. But no need to... But no need to worry, the two had both taken courses on defending oneself against the weirdest creatures and would both certainly survive an attack if it were to occur. In theory. Close your eyes for a moment and take my hand, Annabelle ordered. He closed his eyes, trusting Annabelle that she knew what she was doing. Eventually they stopped and Tia could hear Annabelle clap her paws 1, 2, 3 times. Through his closed eyes, he could sense that the area around them had gotten brighter. Can I open my eyes now? He whispered. Yep, Annabelle exclaimed, and so Tia did. This year, Annabelle definitely had a lot of joy decorating. In the middle of the clearing was a large maple tree decorated in abundance with bright floating pumpkin lanterns that made its yellow, orange, and red leaves glow in a magical light. It swayed gently in the autumn breeze. Upon its branches sat small ravens that Annabelle had put little witch hats on. She must have promised them something great if they let her dress them up like that, Tia thought, holding back a laugh. His eyes then spotted the black and red checkered picnic blanket spread out on the forest floor right underneath the tree. A large picnic basket sat upon it, decorated with more pumpkins and spooky skulls. It smelled of all sorts of delicious food that made Tia's stomach growl. Pumpkin mice pie, chocolate-covered bats, a range of candied spiders and insects. All his favourites in one beautiful basket. Around the picnic blanket, Annabelle had spread small little Halloween-themed figurines, all probably made by her own 2 paws in her spare time. Small cat dolls were dancing around the picnic blanket, along with skeletons, reindeer, and little mice that were being chased around. Happy birthday, Tio, Annabelle whispered, happily leaning against him. And that's the end of it again. Oh, I need more water. This much talking is really taking a bit of a toll on my voice, but anyway. I hope you liked that as a little sort of tease for the story that's going to come from that, which I'm going to have to do. You read it without any stops now. Good job. Thank you. Thank you a lot. But maybe we'll end it here, or maybe we'll keep going. I don't know. But we've got ourselves a little granny square. Yay! 1 year. I'm happy, but I can't. I'm so happy. I've managed to do this for a year now, and I don't think I'm going to stop. I like this. Right, but anyway, I think I should go offline now. Get some stuff sorted. Maybe like cut out the part where I read the chapter and upload that to YouTube. I guess I'll see you tomorrow for Inktober. Do you want to know what the first word is for Inktober? I could tell you. I do have it written down. Hang on. Have I written it down in here? No, that's a different one. Right, no, but I do know that tomorrow's word is going to be, hang on, I do know, spoiler, yes please. Right, the first word is going to be, one moment. The first word is going to be gargoyle. So, that's going to be something. We're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow. That I can tell you. For now, I'll be going offline and I'll see if I can, not hiccup. I'll see if I can, you know. But I do have tomorrow's stream. I do kind of want to do it in the morning, so like 10 or 11 o'clock maybe in the morning, not in the evening. But depending how far we get in the morning, I'll stream for like 1 or 2 hours, and then if we don't get it finished, then we'll finish it in the afternoon after I had lunch and stuff. That's the plan for tomorrow, at least. Don't know about the other. Shake my head. I'll have to wake up early. I wake up early every day. Don't complain. Although, now that I think about it, am I going to force my entire family to wake up early? Just so I can stream early in the morning. But it would be around 10 or 11, depending on when we have breakfast. Because I do know that tomorrow I'll have a washing up duty for washing the dishes and stuff. But that's the plan for tomorrow. And the word is going to be gargoyle, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've got a little bit of an idea for the story, but you know, might change, might not. But do you know that I do want to do like first 10 words for one story, next 10 words for the second, and then the last 11 for the last story. Because it's lending itself quite well for that. This year is a little less chaotic when it comes to the stories. But anyway, I should stop rambling. By the way, do you still want to play Scribble.io, or maybe when our mod is here? Yes, I do still want to play Scribble.io. But I'm going to have to first tidy up this desk, and I'll write in the Discord when I'm ready. Right, so see you on the Discord, or next time, tomorrow, sure, let me know. See you, yes, bye. See you tomorrow. I'm excited. Bye.